What's up everyone, Clay here with Video Game Book Club, and today we're taking a look at 4 games that got a dramatic facelift when they left Japan and made their way across the ocean. Our list today will actually consist of 2 Famicom games and 2 Famicom Disk System games. So let's not waste any more time and let's go ahead and get into this. Number 4 on our list, Roger Rabbit for the Famicom Disk System becomes the Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle on NES. This swap is less drastic than some others we'll mention, but interesting given the licensing differences. Roger Rabbit, or the Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle, is a side-scrolling puzzle-based game where you make your way through 60 different levels. To complete each level, you must collect 8 hearts in Roger Rabbit, or 8 carrots in the Bugs Bunny version, while fending off various enemies from either franchise. Roger Rabbit was published by Kimco in Japan for the Famicom Disk System in February of 1989. However, when making the trek across the ocean to the US, Kimco had to make the switch to Bugs Bunny, largely in part to Capcom holding the rights to create Disney games for Nintendo systems, but also the fact that the LJN published Rare title based on Who Framed Roger Rabbit for the NES already existed. When the game came stateside in September of the same year, because of these licensing agreements and previously published games, Kimco released the game as the Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle, swapping out Roger Rabbit characters with Looney Tunes characters, while keeping the gameplay exactly the same. If you own an NES and also have a way to play Disk System games, I would suggest sticking with Bugs Bunny. Roger Rabbit is a fairly expensive Famicom Disk System game, and these games are so similar, you won't really be missing out on too much. Number 3 on the list, Mickey Mouse 3 Balloon Dreams for the Famicom becomes Kid Clown in Nightmare World on the NES. Sticking with Kimco vs. Capcom's Disney publishing rights, Mickey Mouse would have to become Kid Clown when this game made its way outside of Japan. Overall, the game remains a platformer, although there was quite a bit that had to be swapped out in order to create Kid Clown. First of all, we obviously had to lose Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, and any other Disney reference from the original. Mickey was swapped with Kid Clown, and overall the story gets a slight variation as well. In the original, Mickey Mouse works as a balloon salesman, earning money to buy Minnie a gift for her birthday. He receives news that she's trapped in a nightmare and cannot wake up. Mickey then travels inside of her head in order to free her from this fate. On the flip side, Kid Clown is on his way to perform at the circus when he's approached by Nightmare. Get it, like Nightmare? You know, bad dreams? Okay. Anyway, Nightmare wants Kid Clown to help him open a vault, and when Kid Clown refuses, Nightmare kidnaps his family. He must now follow Nightmare into his world to save them. Gameplay between the 2 games is basically identical. Both characters carry balloons they can use to attack, float, or jump higher. Each game contains 7 uniquely themed levels with bonus stages at the end for gathering extra lives and energy. The song It's a Small World is the stage select music in the original game, while Kid Clown receives its own alternate music. Balloon Dreams also features a vulture from the Jungle Book as a boss, however this had to be changed to an owl in Kid Clown. Nightmare is the final boss for the release outside of Japan, while the Horned King is the final big bad Mickey Mustface. If you are looking to play either of these titles, I would absolutely suggest sticking with Mickey Mouse, as the games are so incredibly similar. Not to mention the Disney characters appeal more to me than Kid Clown, and a legitimate copy of Kid Clown will run you over $100. Number 2 on the list, Doki Doki Panic for the Famicom Disk System becomes Super Mario Bros. 2 on the NES. Alright, so I almost put this as number 1, since the odds are most of you watching this are well aware of the swap Nintendo made when they decided which Mario Bros. 2 the North American market would get. But that would be a little too predictable. Instead, I saved a little bit more dramatic one for that number 1 spot. Yumi Kojo Doki Doki Panic, loosely translated to Dream Factory Heart Pounding Panic, was a cooperative effort between Nintendo and Fuji Television to promote Yumi Kojo 87 or Dream Factory 87. When North America was due for a sequel to Super Mario Bros., Doki Doki Panic was reworked to become Super Mario Bros. 2. The reason this change was made is a simple one that everyone knows. Nintendo of Japan deemed their version of Super Mario Bros. 2 too difficult for players outside of Japan. We would, however, see the original version of Super Mario Bros. 2 released as Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels on Super Mario All-Stars Collection in 1993. Japan would also later receive our version of Super Mario Bros. 2 on the Famicom as Super Mario USA. Many staples in the Mario franchise spawned from Doki Doki Panic or Super Mario Bros. 2. Characters such as Bob-ombs, Shy Guys, Sniffets, and Birdo were introduced in this title and have endured through it all. While gameplay between the two games is incredibly similar, there are some major differences worth pointing out. First of all, the mushroom blocks in Super Mario Bros. 2 were changed from the black and white masks in Doki Doki Panic. Second, the magical potions used to open up hidden doors from the North American version were originally lamps in Doki Doki Panic. Third, tufts of grass in Doki Doki Panic were still black patches, while they were animated red patches for the overseas release. Fourth, the gates separating the different worlds were originally artistic-looking side views of those masks, but they were changed to a hawk for the Western release. Fifth, and possibly the most controversial item in Doki Doki Panic, was replaced with the red shell for Western markets. The item was removed because of the controversy surrounding blackface and racism, which is good because racism is awful and terrible. The title screen, bonus screen, and character select screen are also different between the two versions, along with Claw Grip replacing the albino version of Mouser, as he was deemed too powerful with his erratic movement. This makes Claw Grip the only boss exclusive to Super Mario Bros. 2. All in all, in my professional and highly regarded opinion, Super Mario Bros. 2 is the superior version of the game. With added animation and slightly more polished sprite work, it was a much better playing experience. Number 1 on our list, Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru on the Famicom becomes Yonoid on the NES. Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru, or Masked Ninja Hanamaru, was released in Japan during March of 1990 by Capcom and developed by Now Production. When it was localized for release in the United States during November of the same year, a switch was made to focus on the Noid, the mascot of Domino's Pizza during that time. Both Yonoid and Hanamaru are side-scrolling platformers with no life meter. One hit from any enemy or having the timer hit 0 will take away a life from the Noid or Hanamaru. However, earning 20,000 points during the level will gain you a life back, so at least there's that. Each character sports a different attack in their respective games. In Yonoid, the Noid attacks his foes with a yo-yo, while Hanamaru uses his awesome hawk companion to attack his enemies. In each game, you can collect scrolls to earn magic points in order to launch powerful attacks that clear the entire screen. Some portions of each game will pull you into different modes of traversing the level. For the Noid, you are given a skateboard and a gyroplane, while in Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru, you again use that awesome hawk, because he is incredibly versatile. A few other regional differences relate to certain levels in Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru, where you actually beat penguins being changed to the Noid using a pizza crusher, like he did in his commercials of the time. The Noid also has pizza eating contest focused boss battles, while Hanamaru uses a card-based system. Even though these games are so similar, they are also completely different enough that both deserve a playthrough. They are incredible side-scrolling platformers and also very difficult. I know that this video only contains a handful of games that probably got this same treatment, such as Panic Restaurant, who actually in Japan has a much younger chef as the sprite, and we got some old chubby Chef Boyardee looking guy. And the Eggerland series in Japan also has a few differences from our Adventure of Lolo series. While I'm sure there are many other games with tiny variations like Eggerland and Panic Restaurant, these four stood out to me as having a major overhaul, especially given the differences in development and publishing rights in Japan. So if you all know any games that got a massive change like this, leave those down there below in the comments and I'll make sure to check them out. And until next time, take care everyone. Well, thanks for sticking around until the end of this video. Here's 2 more videos just in case you enjoyed what you saw in this one, and if you really enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe, and also click that little bell icon just so you get updated every time we post a new video. And until next time, take care.